NBA player props here on PrizePicks for January 13th. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. They will match 100% of your first deposit. There's also a Discord link in the description where the main server is completely free. Patreon link in the description below this video as well, where I do post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. This is how we did yesterday in NBA with the core plays. We went 5-1 on these core plays that we did give out. The Kyrie Irving fantasy sold for us. Not really sure what went on with him. Just did not have a good game. They were doubling him. That was just a bad read by me. But here's just an example of the write-ups that I do give on Patreon every single day for NBA plays. So again, 5-1 yesterday. Go and check out that link in the description. I do also need to mention that I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. Simply just the plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. Using the information I give you, combine it with the information you've gathered, and then make your decisions based on that. We have a nice slate though today on the NBA slate. I believe 9 games today. Friday's usually these bigger types of slates that we do get. I got 2 props for you guys. Let me know in the comments below afterwards how you guys feel about them. Let's get after it. So the first one that I like here is going to be Nikola Vucevic, and I like his over 35.5 PRA. Now, right off the bat, I do think this has a chance to bump up to 36, possibly hit this in 2 of his last 5 games. But let's get into this. So in Patreon 2 days ago, we had the Nikola Vucevic PRA line. I think it was at 33.5. We took the over on it, and it missed for us. He really sold us. Finished with 30 PRA. He had like 20 or 21 PRA at halftime, and then took one single field goal attempt in the second half. Chicago lost that game, so I'm glad they lost that game. Zach LaVine was ball hogging that entire game. But taking a look at this one tonight, it's OKC Chicago, back in Chicago. So a home game for Vucevic. 233.5 over under. Chicago is only 4.5 point favorites, so this should be a close game. OKC is coming off a back-to-back, but OKC really, in my opinion, has no one on this roster that can guard Vucevic. They're out 3 rotation players that start in their front court. And you're really no size for OKC to match with Vucevic. Now, Vucevic PRA game log here, we've seen numerous times, or I guess 5 times this season, he's got cleared the over on this one. All 5 of these games are obviously with DeMar DeRozan in the lineup, and then has multiple games here with 34 plus, right? But Vucevic with no DeMar DeRozan, right? We can see his usage rate with DeMar DeRozan. He averages 20. This is per 36, by the way. 17.4 points per game, 12.6 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and then FanDuel fantasy points. He averages 42.2 per 36 and 1.2 fantasy points per minute with DeMar DeRozan on the floor. Now you take DeMar DeRozan off the floor, his points per game jumps up from 17.4 to 24.5. His rebounds also jumps up from 12.6 to 14.8 rebounds, and then even just his fantasy points per game jump up to 53.8 per 36, and then fantasy points per minute 1.5 from again 1.2. So 0.3 fantasy points per minute bump up. Obviously, we're not taking fantasy points here; we are taking his PRA, but it just really goes to show you the usage bump that Vucevic gets with and without DeMar DeRozan on the floor. So even his field goal attempts here with DeMar DeRozan on the floor, Vucevic averages around 13.9. With DeMar DeRozan off the floor, we can see here that jumps up to 16. So obviously a usage bump for Vucevic, but I really, really do like the matchup here. This is why we're going back to it here. Like I said, the Patreon miss 2 days ago on this play is going to haunt me for a while just because he took one shot in the second half. But I'm going back to it here. I think hopefully Billy Donovan and the Bulls know that they have to run the offense through Vucevic. And he gets an equally good matchup here against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Oklahoma City Thunder, you can see here this on the season, 9th most points in the paint, 51.8 points in the paint. They are giving up on the season, the 2nd most rebounds to centers, and the 7th most assists to centers. Points are decent, right, for OKC, 22.71 points, but Vucevic is going to be able to get his. We can see here some centers against OKC recently. I mean, Joel Embiid just had 42 PRA in 28 minutes of play. Before that, he also had 28 minutes of play at 39 PRA. We saw Mark Williams have 32 PRA in 21 minutes, and then Jackson Hayes have 31 PRA in 28 minutes as well. So, I mean, look at these minutes for these guys. I mean, Vucevic tonight is probably going to play, if this game remains close, he's probably going to play around 34 plus minutes in this game. I could see him playing 36 minutes in this game. And we can see, I also like this play because, I mean, some sportsbooks, Sugar House and Bet Rivers, Unibet, have this at 37.5. 37.5. So at 35.5, we get a 2-point discount here from what some sportsbooks have this at. Even taking a look at here at Caesars has this at minus 139 at 35.5. So I like this play here for Vucevic. I think hopefully the Bulls understand the offense has to run through him. He definitely looked frustrated on that last play in the last game against the Wizards when Zach LaVine missed that shot to tie the game. So obviously, hopefully he displayed his frustration to the coaching staff, and they really try to get Vucevic going in this game. So I'm taking the over here on this one with a great matchup. No one has the size on the Bulls to guard Vucevic. So I'm taking the over on this one. The second prop that I'm targeting tonight is going to be our guy, baby Jokic, Alperen Sengun. I'm taking his over 12.5 rebounds plus assists here. Now, I like this play a lot tonight. Alperen, they just played Sacramento 2 days ago, and Alperen Sengun in that game had 20 rebounds plus assists. He went 10 and 10 in 28 minutes. Had a triple-double, 10, 10, and 10 for Alperen Sengun, though. 20 R plus A. All we need is 13 tonight. Now, what I really like about this play is that Kevin Porter Jr. is out. Kevin Porter Jr. has been ruled out, the starting point guard for the Rockets. And in that last game against the Kings, he only played 10 minutes, which really got out the offense running through Sengun, right? Kevin Porter Jr. played 10 minutes, and Sengun really got control of the offense. The ball was running through him, and he finished with 10 assists. Now, he's going to get his rebounds, 10 rebounds. It is a solid matchup for him as far as just rebounds go. Let's see what we got here. The Kings, in fact, give up, where are they? Right here, 15.18 rebounds per game. But the Kings also, we take a look at this, they give up the third most assists to centers already, which is why, I mean, Sengun got 10 assists against them pretty easily. Over his last 5 games, so even with Kevin Porter Jr. averaging around 9 potential assists per game. And if we take a look at some potential rebounds here for Sengun as well, let's see over his last 5 games where he's at. Yeah, 17.2 potential rebounding chances. So 17.2 plus 9, that's 26%. 26 chances R plus A. All we need is 13, so we need exactly half of that. And then just take a look here at this. This is the Sengun's usage here with Kevin Porter Jr. on the floor, right? So assists, Sengun with Kevin Porter Jr. on the floor, 3.9 assists and 11.8 rebounds with Kevin Porter Jr. off the floor. Rebounds go up to 12.3 and assists goes up to 4.4. All right, so that is a significant jump here. That's 12.3 and 4.4 per 36, right? That's 16 R plus A, obviously per 36. He could, 12.5, it seems like a deal to me. I don't know why it's at 12.5. And even taking a look at sports books, right? I mean, Caesars has this minus 148. BetMGM minus 130. Consensus is minus 130, but Caesars has this minus 138 for over 12.5. I just think a full game now here. Kevin Porter Jr., you could pivot and take assists here. At 4.5, I think this is super strong. But I'm just playing the safer one, R plus A here. I think he's going to get 8+ rebounds in this game. But Sengun, 12.5 rebounds plus assists. Super strong play. Caesars minus 148, like I said. No Kevin Porter Jr. Full game here. Kevin Porter Jr. played 10 minutes in the last game, and he still finished with 20 R plus A. Full game for Sengun, 12.5 R plus A. I'm taking the over. So these are the 2 plays here. 2 European centers here. 2 Jokic disciples in some way. These 2 guys here. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 2 props. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.